Having me. It's such an honor and so grateful to be here. And just the strategy of like aligning us, right? When Lee walked in, I'm like, wait, that name. And I was telling him I almost competed in his show last year, but I broke my foot surfing.
Ah.
So
variety in sports.
Yes, exactly. So to your question, so actually how Fit Life Creation was even born and how it started was 4 years ago. I struggled with weight like many people do, and tried everything known to man. And really what did it finally was making it super simple with Herbalife nutrition, adding in shakes, adding in different things, but then really isolating my habits. And as I grew, and I had already left corporate America by then, as I grew, I said, well, wait a minute. Do I leave my consulting company and stop doing what I'm doing there? Because I just kept sharing my story. And in the first year, so several different ways clients come, in the first year alone, just by sharing my before and after on Facebook, no ads, no nothing, my business grew 25 times.
Whoa,
just
25 times.
Pure passion.
We need to clone that out, right? National Gyms, I can see it now. Wow. Y'all may want to partner.
So that was year one. That distribution channel got set up, and I started to realize the massive power of social media, and just connecting with people, just relating to people. Opened my eyes up to Instagram. I'm sure you see, like, especially with competing, when I started to compete with Team Edge and my coaches with Ingrid and Joe, realized, wait a minute, and just seeing the massive opportunities on Instagram and all the other platforms, and then started realizing things like Mind Body, like Groupon, community events, giving back. So really my clients come through three main avenues: social media, face-to-face events, face-to-face event marketing, face-to-face, connections, family, friends, or big groups, whether that's companies or whether that's groups looking to fundraise and use the platform of Fit Life Creation through different modalities that we have to give back to their cause.
Well, now, you focus yourself around more people knowing more information, just like Lee has. So you're seeing just tremendous growth by people sharing.
Yes.
And that all relates back to successes. So talk a little bit about your personal success. 25 times, and I'm not even going to quote the numbers on your weight loss. I can't believe that. But how does the common person, the regular everyday person, just have anything past excitement? I mean, how do you get your results?
So you want to speak on results in health, or health, money, business, all of it?
Well, let's go to health first,
okay.
And then we'll talk about what that brings.
Okay, so health, number one, to kind of Lee's point, having your health in place and your mindset and your fitness is so important, because that ripples into everything. And so how, for years, I was the quintessential yo-yo. Let me try this, let me try this, literally, let me try HCG, let me try this program, and nothing worked until I focused and realized, number one, let me make it as easy as possible. Let me find a tool. So for me, that's Herbalife. For other people, that's different things. That could be a grocery list. That could be other nutrition. That could be, whatever it was. So in the first 2 months when I lost 15 pounds and I realized, wow, this wasn't that hard, and they actually taste good. It tastes amazing. And then I started to get in my mind and say, well, wait a minute. What if I now just focus on one thing for the next 30 days? So what if I, besides working out, I was crazy. I was doing century events. I was doing half marathons, in pain, miserable. And like, if this is what it's going to take to lose weight, I don't want to do this. And then realize, wait a minute, let's keep it simple. Let me start to eat consistently. Let me eat every 3 hours. Let me keep my metabolism going. Let me incorporate protein every single meal. Wait, I'm missing healthy fats, and it ripple affected into the next 7 months, when then a childhood dream of mine, so I always say tie it to a vision, tie it to a goal, tie it to a dream. And back in high school, I had a huge, desire to really inspire through fitness. And that reawakened after an amazing close friend of mine that we started nonprofits together in college passed away, that really, really made me face my mortality and made me realize so many different things. And from there, I just was like, you know what? Like, we live one life, and we only get this one life. But this is possible that I to other people. So it started to become first excitement through my own results, and people getting excited and commending me and congratulating me. But then once people started to come to me more and more and more, it became like, okay, they're watching me, and I'm sure Lee's seen that, like, you know, all the times you've won Olympia, that you're like, okay, if I fail, then this person's going to start to justify that they can fail. That I'm holding space for this person, and it's way bigger than just me. So your motivation becomes intrinsic, but it becomes driven by other people.
Well, you mentioned something very interesting. Other people congratulating you and noticing the results and difference allows you to, again, focus on the results. Now, you have some phenomenal numbers, and I don't want to use it all about the numbers, but when you talk about the growing of your business, you talk about the financial rewards, you talk about the rest of your life sort of kind of coming into place. It seems like you and Lee both are talking about health being the capstone of your life. How many people don't have the base, don't have the focus, don't have the capability? Talk about how you work to help give them some of that base.
So foundation, you're speaking about the base, the foundation, you know, you hit it, and like what Lee talked about, you know, I had somewhat of a nutritional insight when I was growing up, but not that base like many people, so it's very relatable to me. So first, I really believe in just setting up people powerfully for success. And health isn't just nutrition, it's your mindset. You know, and competing did that massively for me. And still, like, it's funny, I was looking at Lee's show last year, but couldn't do it. And this year I'm looking at 2 to 3 shows here. And so the mindset that, you know, whether it's competing or another goal first gives you, and really focusing on positivity. So I really focus on spreading a message of transformation and inspiration. Really focusing on, like, wins, like focus on the wins and focus on gratitude. So I'm constantly repositioning my own mind, and then clients to say, hey, look, you lost 5 pounds this week, or look, you got this business success, or look, you got this, you know, I would have never imagined I'd walk in today and be sitting with Lee.
We surprise people sometimes at Pro Business Channel. It's just, this is what we do.
That's a perfect example. And then, I mean, that's a huge highlight for me. And then I also talk to people about, okay, let me really, really think about what was hard for me 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So I felt like, for example, and I know a lot of people out there feel like this, well, I have to go, or I had to go to this person for this kind of coaching, you know, in health, or this nutritionist, or this trainer. So for me, it really became about meshing all the different components of health together with the tools. And the digital and automation that they could do it anywhere, anytime, making it convenient.
Well, what gets measured gets improved, right? And if they can see that and not have to go back and find their little 3x5 cards or their notebooks or something, it makes it so much easier.
Or if you can log into your computer, you know, 2 of my coaches that I've learned from massively, Shailene Johnson and Brendan Bouchard, you know, if I can log into my computer at any time, and then giving them that confidence and that constant accountability, and then that there's always something next. That you're never just left here. So it's a progression. You've never arrived.
Well, counting those steps is only the beginning, right? The rest of it is all the rest. Now, I know you talked about having some specials you want the audience to dial into and get to. So talk about those a little bit. Why you offer things that people can get engaged and get started with, because they can see results.
Absolutely. So thank you for that. So on our website at fitlifecreation.com, we have several freebies. We have a 7-day challenge sneak peek that includes some of our experiences with health, money, and business. We have a 14-day challenge that's fully automated with health, money, and business as well. And, you know, then people decide and it's free for the first 14 days, then people decide if they want to continue to engage and get all kinds of tips, tools that, you know, as their experience continues. So those are some of our freebies. And we host several free events here in the Atlanta area every single month.
Right back to Atlanta again. We love it. We love it. We love it. So now, are you nationwide in your program, or what's your growth plan? What's in the future for you?
So yes, nationwide and actually global. We hosted 2 retreats in Cuba this year with influencers, back to the power of social media, with health, money, business workshops, adventure, you know, convertible car rides, all of it. Costa Rica also. Wow. We've got Brazil coming up. And then our academies, as well as all the experience, we cater to clients nationally as well as globally.
There's a whole bunch of stuff there. So sign me up for the second coach. And that convertible ride in Cuba, I'm in on that one. Can I do the 54 Chevy, though? There are a lot of those.
Yeah, I was looking specifically for a pink one. I told the drivers I need a pink, a blue, or a green one. Those are my colors.
Those are available still in Cuba.
We'll take the blue one for Pro Business Channel.
Yeah, that's right. We're Pro Business Blue. Now, so we've interacted. We've got just 2 phenomenal stories here. Your business success story and coaching. I mean, Lee is a machine too in terms of how he has grown this health and fitness business, and I know that you've made just tremendous inroads. I loved it when you talked about 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago in your life. So if we could, let's kind of take this last time here, because we've got all the websites listed. We'll do that again at the end. Talk about how you see the interface and the growth of fitness being the pillar for the rest of our lives. How your family is going to benefit, how your associates are going to benefit, how you're going to continue to benefit and grow. Lee, you've got a couple more years, so I'm going to let you start.
A couple more. I like that.
Just a little.
Well, I didn't say decade, I said years.
I'm telling you. But you know, I always try to impress upon people to find their why. Why do you need to stay healthy? Why do you?
Because my belt doesn't fit anymore.
There you go. and for me, I want to be there for my wife. I want to be there for my kids, my community. So I take responsibility for making sure that I keep myself physically functional, because your health is your wealth, as you just mentioned, and you can get poor real fast when you get sick. So you have to do your very best in doing that. In our society, where we are now, we have to really focus and do those things that we know to do right if we want to remain here and protect our wealth and be physically functional for years to come. And so that's what I impress upon people, taking good care of themselves. And for those who may be in question, they can go to my website, leehaney.com. I have a fitness community there that doesn't cost anything to join. Just go there and sign up, get free information, hear testimonials of people who've lost 30, 40, 60 pounds and changed their lives. So we live in an informational society. So you can do something about wherever you are.
Just start with a little bit and expect to get
That's right.
a little more each day.
Stimulate, don't annihilate.
and let others know of your success. I mean,
That's right.
I was watching we used to have these sports watches, which just were nothing more than stopwatches. And now we've got Apple Watches and other watches and Fitbits
right.
and all this, which again help you keep posted.
That's
if you
right.
want to know, gosh, how fast am I really running? Well, not fast enough.
There you go.
So, and from the family perspective, you've done a great job at integrating your family as you look at your clients. Talk about the importance of not just having, over to Julie and I, just talk about the importance of not just having one person in the family focus, about getting the whole family or the whole team if you're in a small team. And I know this is a problem with millennials. I know this is a problem with growing small companies. But we're seeing the hours. We're 7 by 24. You don't have to be 7 by 24. You still need to look at that shorter period of time, which is your functional and proper place. We got morning people, evening people. Talk about how you build your schedule around staying fitter and healthier.
So that's a great question. So one is my schedule is constantly changing. Like it's getting stable and constantly being mindful of it. Sometimes I'm up till 3, 4 a.m. and working or doing whatever, and then get up and still have a stable morning routine no matter what.
Right.
So for example, that consists of meditation, gratitude, workouts.
The first half hour is pretty important, no
Yes.
matter when it occurs.
Yes.
At midnight or 6 a.m. or 3 in the afternoon.
And whether it's here or somewhere else, so that, and then also engaging and building your community and sharing that, whether it's, like I'm not married yet or I don't have kids yet, but that's part of my vision is, I want that community and that tribe, that's the most important thing,
right.
The tribe. And then, from that, but then sharing, whether it's, with your friends, with your family, with social media, even with my parents. I haven't lived with them for years, but seeing the huge impact on their mindfulness, on their weight loss, on their shifts, just by seeing me, completely change the trajectory of where I came from.
It sounds like you've done that great thing. Mom always said, "What do you really do again?" So she knows, right? So that's a completion. And Lee, your children certainly know what you're doing as a family.
Oh yes, we've ever since these guys came into the world, we would after Thanksgiving we would. Okay, guys, let's move the furniture out of the way. Let's do some exercise, or let's go walking, or let's do something.
So they had to go to college to get mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
So you did it really smart. You waited till after Olympia Games
That's right.
to make sure you had the habits locked.
Exactly. And you know what? It has paid big dividends. My daughter, full scholarship to SCAD. That's $64,000 a year.
It's a huge ROI.
Oh, my son, full scholarship to the Citadel.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's hey,
High performance.
We're talking over $300,000 here. So that exercise, nutrition, planting the seeds early, staying on top of their academics. And I'm very thankful for my awesome wife that's always been there to back me up. Matter of fact, she was my second grade sweetheart.
Oh, wow.
She was a president of the sports club while we were in high school, and I was a vice president. Go figure.
Hey, responsibility doesn't have an age,
That's
doesn't
right.
have a sex, and doesn't have a energy level. Because
That's right.
sometimes you could lead from anywhere in the pack.
Exactly.
So, guys, it's been great to be on the Buckhead Business Show today here with Michael Moore, with Lee Haney, and boy, I tell you what, being the fitness queen, Katrina, I just really appreciate what you've been doing in your market. Because 25, that's stuck on that 25X.
But let me say this.
I'm going to introduce you to my banker.
It was year one, and then year 2 and year 3. What I always tell people is being an entrepreneur is so, it makes you humble.
It does.
Because that happened year 1, but then year 2 and year 3, I had to really figure out what my own business model was and start testing stuff. So that 25 times went away while I was testing.
Well, hey, you invest, you invest,
Yes.
you invest. So, Katrina, one more time, how do they get in touch with you?
FitLifeCreation.com and free 14-day challenge and Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit or at FitLifeCreation.
Wow, okay, wait. And Lee, how do they get in touch with you and your tribe?
LeeHaney.com. I made it simple.
And we'll see you down in the South Metro down by the airport end of the month.
Yeah, that'll
Bring
be
your
great.
family,
October the 27th, 28th.
Have some fun. Is this all day each day?
All day. The Friday is from 6 o'clock to powerlifting, where the bodybuilding starts. But Saturday is all day with an expo.
All right.
So you can bring the kids out. There's going to be food available, vendors, all kinds of great
There's
stuff.
plenty of parking. You can shake hands
Plenty
with
of
Lee
parking.
Haney. Right. Congratulate Mr. Olympia. Julia, Lee, thank you for being with us today. I'm Michael Moore for the Buckhead Business Show, and it's a pleasure to be in the Buckhead community. So, Rich?
Michael, you're going to bulk up so you can compete?
You're going to come join us in the show?
I just bought my grandson a Hulk.
Oh, there we go.
One thing I learned about this show, there was tons of content, but if you're invited to Lee Haney's house for Thanksgiving, you're going to have to work.
That's right. You got to earn the dessert.
Exactly.
You got to roll up or roll out on the carpet. One of the two. Well, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Good show. Great show.
Y'all can applaud from the gallery. It's okay.
Yeah, right. That was awesome.
It's fabulous, man. Look at this.
Thank you.
Oh my god, this is so fun.
High energy.
I got a
High
bunch of like lives, and then I did like a picture too.
Thank you.
before.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I figured, I was like, let me give it to the one that's like girl social media.
Yeah,
Not
no.
that you guys wouldn't get it.
Hey, sweetie,
got you,
do me
I
a
got
favor.
you.
Catch
my
a
name's
shot
a
of
tough one, so I wanted to.
me and Katrina.
Yes.
Oh, my name.
My wife.